And we begin with that massive parasite outbreak.
The cyclospora outbreak expanding across the country.
With the FDA reporting that contaminated lettuce has sickened people nationwide, once again, we're confronting the question, how safe is our food? And as David Pogue now tells us, it's complicated.
This tiny microbe has been making a lot of Americans sick, really sick. Just ask Jessica Mallard.
I wasn't feeling well. The pain in my stomach was like unbearable.
The parasite is called cyclospora. It gives you, and I'm sorry to have to say this, debilitating, explosive diarrhea that can last for weeks. Since May, more than 11,000 cases of this miserable illness have been reported in 41 states.
I'm still fatigued. Like I'm really, really weak.
The FDA believes that the biggest outbreak this season, the one affecting 9 states so far, came to us aboard contaminated iceberg lettuce from Mexico. That lettuce was shipped nationwide by Taylor Farms, a huge distributor that supplies thousands of groceries and restaurants.
We've never seen anything like this. This is just an astonishingly large outbreak, record-setting outbreak.
Susan Main is an adjunct professor at the Yale School of Public Health. She ran the Food Safety Department of the FDA from 2015 to 2023.
Cyclospora comes from human feces. So how did that get on the lettuce?
It could be inadequate bathroom facilities, inadequate hand washing facilities. Somehow that water is getting contaminated from some other source, sewage, some other source.
Almost half of all foodborne illnesses come from fruits and vegetables, in part because we usually don't cook them before eating. These outbreaks are financially devastating to farmers, suppliers, and restaurants. And so, after a 2006 spinach contamination, the West Coast farming industry resolved to self-regulate.
FDA said, do not eat spinach, right? And that literally affected every grower, provider of spinach in the country. So California said, we need to do something from a food safety standpoint.
The Leafy Greens Marketing Agreement was born, a coalition of farmers who've agreed to adopt food safety protocols more stringent than the government's. We met CEO Tim York last year.
They join voluntarily, but once they join, they must follow our rules.
We have to do it. You know, any kind of outbreak is detrimental to our industry.
Jack Vesey is a fourth-generation produce farmer who works by the LGMA's rules, sanitizing the irrigation water, testing it at the source and at the spraying end, hairnets and gloves, knife disinfectant,
traceability purposes,
state inspections at least 3 times a year, barcodes for tracing produce back to their originating fields.
Well, if my dad was here today, he'd probably think, oh my gosh, what are you guys doing now?
All right, so despite all of this, outbreaks still happen. So why are they still happening?
Outbreaks may occur because we are growing product outdoors. You know, some bacteria just occur naturally within an environment. They just exist. And so we control as much of the ecosystem as we can.
Eventually, every discussion of food safety rolls around to the government.
As I understand it, the budgets for food safety have been whittling down for multiple presidents.
That is accurate. Food safety in the U.S. has been under-resourced for decades.
In President Trump's second term, the FDA has lost about 20% of its staff. The CDC is down 25%. The CDC used to have 11 scientists tracking food parasites. Now it's 3.
We had a national advisory committee, a committee that advised FDA and USDA on how to prevent microbial contamination in food. That advisory committee was disbanded. We used to convene meetings with our Mexican counterparts on how we can work together to improve food safety. That entire team was let go.
And then there's FoodNet, a joint venture of the FDA, the CDC, and the USDA, an early warning surveillance program that used to track 8 particularly nasty microbes. But now it tracks only 2.
And cyclospora is not one of them?
That's correct.
In 2011, Congress passed a food safety bill that included a traceability rule. It said that any food-related company must keep detailed supply chain records for vulnerable ingredients all the way from the fields to the store. It was supposed to take effect this year.
So I can tell you, having seen lettuce tracebacks, that would have been incredibly helpful.
But Congress has delayed the rule until 2028.
So next summer's cyclospora outbreaks, we still won't be able to trace them.
That's correct, unless Congress or somebody else intervenes in the interim.
This past week, Health and Human Services Director Robert F. Kennedy Jr. spoke to reporters.
Those criticisms are invalid. We've had no cuts in our surveillance program. We did cuts in the Food Net program, but they were for redundant surveillance.
Is that accurate?
No, it's not accurate. I mean, clearly there have been cuts.
So for now, then, what would be your advice for consumers?
For now, I would avoid the bagged salads. And the reason is that a little bit of contamination can be spread more broadly through bagged salads.
According to former FDA food safety head Susan Main, this summer's outbreaks are more than just another headline.
This is a national wake-up call. We want our dollars to be spent protecting public health and protecting health. And so I hope people will make that message clear, because I haven't talked to a single person from either party that wants to see unsafe food on our tables.